So this is a tutorial to show you how to initialize FORCsensei on the cloud. Obviously, if you're watching this video, you've got yourself this far, and it's very simple to run FORCsensei on the cloud, but it can be very slow. At the moment, we're using a free cloud service where you get limited CPU and memory allocation. So we'd really only recommend that you run FORCsensei on the cloud if you don't want to install the local packages. Running locally is much quicker, but it does mean you have to make an installation. Running on the cloud, there's no installation, but it's much slower. So assuming that you want to proceed with cloud processing, you simply go to the button that says Launch FORCsensei, click on it, and that will take you off to Binder, which is a free cloud service. Now, Binder's pulling the most recent version of FORCsensei from GitHub and automatically making an instance of it that it can run the FORCsensei Jupyter notebook on the cloud. You'll be able to interact with that notebook, you'll be able to upload your data and run it on the cloud and download any results. So the functionality on the cloud is exactly the same as a local installation. It's just much slower because we're running with a free cloud service. The other thing to note is that because we're running with a free service, there is a tendency, if you leave your session inactive, that you will be automatically disconnected from the cloud. Now, inactive doesn't simply mean I've got a calculation running, therefore my session is active. It means you actually need to be interacting with the web page. So when we get on to later stages of the processing, where it can take a long time because a number of different models are being compared, then you simply have to keep interacting with the web page, for example by scrolling up and down or clicking or so on, and that will keep your session live. Now, Binder's finished creating our instance. You can see the little cogs here, and it's taken us to FORCsensei on the cloud. Unfortunately, it takes us to the bottom of the FORCsensei notebook, so we just need to scroll up to the top, and here we are at FORCsensei. Now, when we start step one, the first thing that we're going to do is load up a file, and how you do that on the cloud is actually different to how you would do it on a local installation. So when you come to watching tutorials, if there is a cloud version of the tutorial that is available, then you should be watching that version in order to make sure that you've got the specific cloud information that you'll need to run FORCsensei